There are moments in life, deeply personal and profoundly impactful, when the journey of your love life seems to halt, or perhaps even worse, appears to move backward, dissolving before your very eyes. It can feel as though a vital part of your future has been placed on an indefinite hold, or perhaps irrevocably taken away. In these seasons of confusion, disappointment, and sometimes profound sorrow, it is absolutely essential to anchor your heart in a truth that transcends immediate circumstances, as God is not denying you. He is, in His infinite wisdom and boundless love, actively redirecting you. What, to our limited human perception, might appear to be a harsh rejection, a closed door, or an unforeseen delay, is so often the tender, guiding hand of our Heavenly Father. He is meticulously steering you away from paths, people, or situations that are simply not part of His best, most perfect plan for your life. We, in our finite understanding, can only see fragmented pieces of the tapestry He is weaving. We grapple with the present moment, overwhelmed by the immediate pain or frustration. But God, the Master Weaver, beholds the entire panorama. He sees the beginning from the end. He understands every intricate thread, every knot, every who, and knows precisely what your heart truly needs, not just for fleeting happiness, but for enduring joy and spiritual growth. When you find yourself navigating the often turbulent waters of delays, when cherished doors refuse to budge, or when unexpected shifts occur in your romantic journey, it is never because you are unworthy, unloved, or forgotten by the divine. Quite the contrary, God's timing, in all things, but especially in the tender realm of the heart, is flawless, impeccable, and perfectly aligned with His eternal purposes. His divine redirection, even when it ushers in a season of discomfort, uncertainty, or even sorrow, is always steeped in profound purpose. Perhaps He is meticulously preparing you, refining your character, and shaping your spirit, so that when the person He has ordained for you arrives, you are both ready to embark on a blessed union. Perhaps He is actively protecting you, shielding you from unseen harms, heartbreaks, or detours that would lead you away from His ultimate design for your flourishing. Or perhaps, and often, He is tenderly shaping your heart, expanding its capacity, teaching it to love more fully, more purely, and with greater depth, so that when the right time truly comes, you are not just ready to receive love, but to embody and give it in a way that honors Him. This message is designed to illuminate the clear, undeniable signs that God is working diligently behind the scenes of your love life. He is orchestrating, shifting, and redirecting your path, not with an intention to hurt you, but with an overwhelming desire to bless you beyond measure. As you continue to journey through these insights, allow them to seep into the deepest recesses of your spirit. Let these signs fortify your trust, strengthen your faith, and bring a profound sense of peace to your heart, knowing that you are held securely in His perfect plan. The first profound sign that God is actively redirecting your love life is perhaps the most painful and bewildering, when a relationship ends without a clear, discernible reason. You pour your heart and soul into a connection, you invest time, emotion, and dreams, only to find it dissolving, not with a dramatic climax, but often with a quiet, perplexing fizzle. You search for answers, for explanations, for a logical closure that simply isn't there. This experience, while deeply confusing and undeniably sad, is precisely where we must cling to the timeless truth found in Romans 8:2-8. And we know that, in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. You may not, in this very moment, comprehend the labyrinthine reasons why a cherished relationship had to conclude. Your human perspective is limited, bound by the immediate circumstances and the pain of loss. But God, with his all-encompassing sight, perceives what remains hidden from your view. He knows the deeper currents, the unseen undercurrents, the potential pitfalls, the hidden troubles, and the precise points where your tender heart would have been wounded or compromised in the long run. When he permits or orchestrates the conclusion of a relationship, it is never arbitrary, never without immense care, and certainly never a random act. You are being meticulously protected. You are being shielded from future pain, from subtle erosion of your spirit, from paths that would not ultimately lead to your highest good. Even though the present reality feels confusing, saturated with sadness, and perhaps tinged with the bitter taste of rejection, you are called to trust. To trust that God is unequivocally working for your ultimate good. Even when you feel profoundly rejected, left behind, or unchosen, know this truth deep in your soul: His purpose for your life, your divine calling, your unique journey, is infinitely larger, more expansive, and more glorious than any single relationship or any isolated moment of disappointment. You are not being permanently denied love. You are, in fact, being divinely relocated, repositioned, and moved toward the precise love that He knows is exquisitely right for you. A love that aligns with His will, nurtures your spirit, and helps you fulfill your purpose. Rest in the profound assurance of His plan. Believe, with every fiber of your being, that every closed chapter, every seemingly final ending, is not a dead end, but a sacred redirection, leading you unfailingly towards something infinitely more meaningful, more blessed, and more aligned with your truest self. God, in His gentle wisdom, asks you to release the grip on the past, to uncurl your fingers from what was, so that your hands remain open, ready to receive the abundant blessings He is meticulously preparing for your future. That ending, painful as it was not designed to shatter you, but to tenderly guide you. Stay faithful, dear heart, and hold fast to the promise that when God lovingly removes someone from your path, He is simultaneously creating sacred space, clearing the ground for something profoundly new, something wonderfully pure, something undeniably better. Keep your heart pliable, remain open to His leading, and trust with unshakable conviction that better, far better, is already on its way in His perfect, unfolding time. Even when the ache in your heart feels insurmountable, know that you are not for a single second, forgotten by your Creator. He holds your future with meticulous care, and absolutely nothing has slipped through His powerful, loving fingers. One day, when the fog of the present clears, you will gaze back upon this moment, and you will discern the profound beauty, the divine precision, and the immeasurable love in what you could not possibly comprehend at the time. You will be eternally grateful for how God, with boundless wisdom and unwavering love, orchestrated every redirection in your love life. The second powerful indicator of God's active redirection in your love life is when desired doors, despite your earnest efforts and fervent prayers, remain stubbornly closed. You envision a particular future, a specific person, a clear path forward, and you exert all your energy trying to force these portals open. But time and again, they remain firmly, unequivocally shut. It is in these moments of seemingly insurmountable blockage that God, the sovereign Lord of all creation, steps in with His divine authority and unwavering protection. As Revelation 3:7 proclaims, "These things says He who is holy, He who is true, He who has the key of David, He who opens and no one shuts, and shuts and no one opens." This profound scripture reminds us that God is the ultimate gatekeeper. He holds the keys to every door in your life, including those in your love journey. When something remains resolutely shut, despite your most persistent attempts, it is His unmistakable way of guiding you, protecting you, and preserving you. Let this truth sink deep into your soul. You are not being rejected, nor are you being punished. On the contrary, you are being saved. You are being divinely prevented from walking into a situation, a relationship, or a future that is simply not meant for you, not designed for your good, or not aligned with His highest purpose. It is profoundly human to feel a wave of frustration, even despair, when you desperately desire to move forward, to embrace a particular outcome, only to find a colossal barrier in your path. But God, in His boundless wisdom, holds that door closed for reasons that extend far beyond your current understanding. He knows intimately what lies on the other side of that threshold, the challenges, the heartaches, the misalignments, the potential for spiritual or emotional compromise. And He knows with perfect clarity that it is neither the right time nor the right place for you to enter. While it can be agonizingly difficult to accept His no, especially when your heart yearns for a yes, remember that His no is always saturated with love, wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to your ultimate well-being. Waiting patiently for His yes will, without fail, lead to an outcome that is infinitely superior, more blessed, and more fulfilling than anything you could have engineered on your own. You can find profound peace in the knowledge that God's hands are meticulously placed on every single door in your life, guiding its opening and its closing. When He deliberately shuts a door, it is not an act of withholding, but an act of preparing. He is either preparing you, refining your character, or preparing the circumstances for something immeasurably better, something truly divine. Trust with unwavering faith that the right doors, the ones meticulously chosen for you by the very hand of God, will swing wide open precisely when your heart is truly ready, and when His perfect timing aligns. Until that blessed moment arrives, lean wholeheartedly on Him. Find your strength, your resilience, and your comfort in His constant care. Your love life, dear one, is not over simply because one door, or even many doors, have closed. God is tirelessly working behind the scenes, orchestrating, arranging, and aligning elements you cannot possibly perceive. Continue to walk in faith, knowing with absolute certainty that He will illuminate and open the right doors at the perfect, most beautiful moment. And when you finally step through, you will walk into a love that is undeniably blessed, sanctified, and deeply rooted by His loving hand. The third undeniable sign of God's redirection is a profound internal shift. You begin to feel unsettled, a deep sense of disquiet, with choices, desires, or even aspirations in your love life that you once wanted with fervent conviction. There was a time, perhaps not long ago, when you felt absolutely certain about what you sought in a romantic partner, what kind of relationship you desired, or even what your future love story would look like. But now, a subtle yet persistent feeling of unease, a gnawing uncertainty, has taken root. This internal shifting, this holy discomfort, is God's hand gently, yet powerfully, moving your heart away from what once seemed good, but no longer aligns with His magnificent, expansive plan for you. As Isaiah 55:9 beautifully declares, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts." God is not merely shifting your desires, He is actively lifting your gaze higher. He is inviting you to release the grip on smaller, earthbound dreams, not because they are inherently bad, but because He yearns to bestow upon you something infinitely greater, something divinely ordained, something that truly resonates with the vastness of His love for you. Your unsettled feeling is not a random emotional fluctuation, it is a profound, undeniable sign of God's active, transformative work within your spirit. He is patiently, lovingly, teaching you a vital spiritual lesson. His thoughts, his plans, his perspectives are profoundly superior to your own. His designs are far grander, more intricately beautiful, and more perfectly tailored than anything you could have ever conjured in your imagination. You might experience a significant degree of discomfort in this process. It can feel disorienting, even frustrating, to have your once firm convictions challenged from within. But embrace this discomfort, for it is a holy discomfort, a divine nudge, purposefully designed to guide you into a new, more aligned direction. Trust unequivocally that He knows precisely what you need, even in those moments when your own understanding is clouded, when you feel lost in the ambiguity of your changing heart. As you look back on this season, with the clarity that only divine perspective can bring, you will likely discern how the very things you once chased, the desires you clung to so tightly, were not, in their truest essence, ultimately good or truly beneficial for your heart and soul. God, in His boundless grace, is not simply removing those old desires, He is actively replacing them with His perfect, tailor-made best for you. Continue to surrender your own carefully constructed plans, your preconceived notions, your attempts to control the narrative of your love life. Trust implicitly that the peace you currently find elusive will return, deeper and more abiding than ever before, when your will fully aligns with His. He loves you with such ferocity, with such uncompromising truth, that He will lovingly unsettle you, disrupt your comfort, and challenge your assumptions, all so that you can step into something undeniably better, something truly exceptional. Let your heart find its profound rest in the knowing that you are not being punished, you are being moved, repositioned, and guided by a love that is relentless in its pursuit of your highest good. God's ways are, indeed, higher, and even when you cannot fully grasp the intricate details of His work, you can trust with unshakable faith that His divine direction will lead you to a love story that is meticulously shaped by His infinite wisdom, His tender care, and His unwavering faithfulness. Keep your hands open, dear one, released from the grip of control, and allow Him, the master artist, to gently, lovingly guide you. The fourth clear sign that God is actively redirecting your love life is the persistent, sometimes agonizing, appearance of unexpected delays. You chart a course, you make plans, you envision a timeline, and yet, obstacle after obstacle, detour after detour, arises, causing your journey to stretch far beyond what you anticipated. It can feel like you're caught in a holding pattern, forgotten, or even deliberately overlooked. The frustration can be immense, the waiting unbearable. But hear this truth: God is not denying you. He is not stalling your progress out of indifference. Instead, He is meticulously placing things on hold until the appointed, perfect time, as the prophet Habakkuk was instructed in Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. God's vision for your life, including your love life, is perfect, precise, and profoundly beautiful. And even though its manifestation may take longer than your human desires dictate, it will indeed come to fruition precisely when He knows you are truly ready, when all the pieces are perfectly aligned. You may experience profound frustration by the seemingly endless wait. You may feel your patience wearing thin, your hope flickering. But understand this: God's delays are not a sign of His absence or apathy. They are an integral, vital part of His profound care for you. He is diligently arranging elements behind the scenes, working in unseen realms, orchestrating divine connections and circumstances that you cannot possibly perceive in your current vantage point. Trust, with every fiber of your being, that the wait is never a waste. It is a sacred season of shaping. It is diligently building your character, deepening your reliance on Him, and strengthening your faith in His unwavering faithfulness. It is meticulously preparing you for a love that is far superior, far more enduring, and infinitely more blessed than anything you could ever orchestrate or create on your own. When you feel the weariness of waiting settle upon your spirit, when the temptation to give up becomes strong, cling fiercely to His promise. It will surely come. God does not make mistakes with your timeline. He is not bound by human calendars or expectations, and He never, ever breaks His sacred word. Stay hopeful. Cultivate a spirit of patient endurance, because the love story He is meticulously writing for you, the one uniquely designed by His sovereign hand, is profoundly worth every single moment of delay. Allow yourself to release the need to control the pace of your life and wholeheartedly rest in God's perfect timing. Know, with unshakable conviction, that His plans are unfolding precisely on schedule, even when your heart feels utterly exhausted and weary. He holds you, tenderly and securely, in the palm of His hand. Believe that your season of waiting will conclude at the precise, divinely appointed moment He has set. And when it arrives, it will be undeniably, breathtakingly beautiful, a testament to His faithfulness. The fifth powerful indicator that God is actively redirecting your love life is the unexpected and profound peace that washes over you after you finally let go of something you once held tightly. This could be a specific relationship, a long-cherished hope, a particular vision of the future, or even a deep-seated desire for control over your romantic destiny. You may have carried the emotional weight of this hope, this person, or this unresolved situation for an agonizingly long time. But when you finally, prayerfully, and wholeheartedly surrender it to God, a palpable sense of peace, a divine tranquility, fills the empty space left behind. This peace is not merely an absence of struggle, it is a powerful, undeniable sign that you are walking in His divine will, and that He is actively guarding your heart and mind. As Philippians 4:7 promises, "And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Letting go is, almost invariably, a profoundly challenging act. It demands courage, vulnerability, and a deep measure of faith. But God, in His infinite compassion, meets you precisely in that vulnerable moment of surrender, with an outpouring of supernatural comfort and strength. He bestows upon you a peace that defies all logical explanation, a peace that makes no sense to the world's pragmatic mind. It is a peace that settles the tumultuous waves of your mind, calms the anxieties of your heart, and reminds you, with unwavering certainty, that you are utterly safe, secure, and cherished within His loving embrace. Even when residual sadness or lingering disappointment may still touch your spirit, His peace rises far above it, holding you steady, providing an unshakable anchor in the midst of emotional currents. You can trust implicitly that God's peace is not an illusion, nor is it a fleeting emotion or a false sense of security. It is His tangible promise to you, a divine assurance that He is unequivocally in control, and that He will meticulously care for everything you have surrendered into His capable hands. Continue to hold tightly to Him, to cling to His presence, knowing that His peace will be your steadfast companion, carrying you through this season of transition and transformation. Rest deeply in the liberating truth that God has never, not for a single moment, abandoned you or left you to navigate the complexities of your life alone. His peace is the undeniable, living proof that He is intimately near, His presence a constant source of comfort, the greatest solace you could ever hope to possess. Allow Him to fill your heart with this calm, reassuring certainty as you courageously move forward, knowing with absolute conviction that better things, divinely designed and perfectly timed, are beautifully on their way. The sixth compelling sign that God is actively redirecting your love life appears when you distinctly feel Him blocking you from certain people, even individuals you might feel drawn to or have a connection with. It's as if an invisible, yet undeniable, barrier arises, preventing a relationship from progressing, or even beginning. When you experience this divine obstruction, it is a profound testament to God's protective nature. He is perceiving dangers, recognizing potential harms, and foreseeing heartaches that remain entirely hidden from your limited human sight. As Psalm 121:7 declares, "The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul." God, your faithful preserver, is meticulously keeping you safe, shielding your vulnerable heart and precious soul from harm you might not even recognize or comprehend. Even when your human will desires to push forward, to pursue a connection, or to embark on a relationship that feels promising, He places His hand firmly, undeniably, in the way. This divine intervention is purely for your protection, an act of His uncompromising love. It can be profoundly disappointing, even heartbreaking, to be kept apart from someone you care about, someone you might have envisioned a future with. Yet, God possesses an intimate, complete knowledge of both their heart and yours. He understands the intricate dynamics, the potential for spiritual or emotional compromise, the subtle nuances that could lead to pain, heartbreak, or significant setbacks on your unique journey. He blocks harmful connections, not to punish you, but to shield you, to safeguard your future, and to preserve you for the blessed union He has meticulously prepared. Trust with absolute certainty that His "no" in these instances is overflowing with unconditional love, profound wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to your ultimate well-being. You may not, in this present moment, be able to grasp the full, intricate picture of why this blockage is necessary, but God's wisdom is infinitely greater than your own, His foresight boundless. When He closes a path, when He redirects you away from a particular person, it is unequivocally because He desires to lead you to something inherently better, something more aligned with His perfect will, something truly wholesome and sanctifying for your life. Lean wholeheartedly into His divine protection. Embrace His guidance, even when it feels counterintuitive or painful. Trust with every fiber of your being that He is leading you with impeccable wisdom, always steering you toward your highest good. Allow your heart to find profound rest in the liberating knowledge that God is eternally on your side. His protection is not an act of rejection. It is, in its purest form, love in action. Permit Him to gently, yet firmly, guide you away from anything that could potentially harm you, and into the sacred space of what will truly heal, uplift, and profoundly bless your spirit. The seventh and equally vital sign that God is actively redirecting your love life manifests as unignorable, recurring patterns. You might find yourself in situations that feel strikingly similar, encountering the same types of challenges, or facing consistent roadblocks, despite your best efforts to forge a different path. These persistent patterns are not coincidental, they are God's unmistakable signs, His gentle yet firm attempts to capture your attention and guide you. As Proverbs 16:9 wisely states, "A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps." You may meticulously plan your way, carefully charting a course for your romantic future. But God, in His sovereign love, gently, persistently redirects your steps because He, and He alone, knows the right way, the perfect path for your life. His hand remains steady, unwavering, even when you, In your human impatience or desire, attempt to surge ahead of His divine timing. God often employs repeated patterns as a profound teaching tool. He uses these recurring themes to show you precisely where you need to slow down, where you need to reassess your approach, or where you must decisively change direction. You may experience a deep sense of frustration as these familiar patterns resurface, feeling as though you are trapped in a perpetual loop. But understand that He is speaking directly to you through these repeated moments. He is patiently, lovingly leading you back onto His path, nudging you toward alignment with His perfect will. Every pattern, every recurring challenge serves as a powerful, undeniable reminder that He is in supreme control, orchestrating every detail of your journey. Even when your own plans for your love life feel inherently good, sensible, and right, remember that God's redirection, His divine alternative, is always, unequivocally, better. His plans are infused with eternal wisdom, boundless love, and perfect foresight, leading to outcomes that transcend anything you could conceive. He is actively moving you toward His absolute best for you, guiding you with precision and care. And every single time you choose to humbly follow His lead, to surrender your own desires and embrace His direction, you are stepping boldly, confidently, into a future that He has meticulously, lovingly designed for your flourishing. Release the relentless need to control every aspect of your love life, and instead, trust wholeheartedly in the path where He is guiding you. Rest profoundly in the truth that God's steps are firm, sure, and always leading you toward His perfect will. He loves you with such an all-consuming, uncompromising love that He will never permit you to wander too far from His intended path, never allow you to stray into territory that would ultimately harm you. Keep your spiritual eyes wide open, keenly attuned to the recurring patterns He presents. Listen deeply to the whispers of His Spirit through these repeated moments. And then, with a heart full of faith and courage, walk confidently and obediently in the precise direction He is revealing to you. Your love story, guided by His divine hand, will unfold in His perfect time, revealing a tapestry of beauty, purpose, and profound love that only He could weave. In conclusion, dear friend, when your love life feels like it has been paused, taken away, or redirected in ways you cannot fathom, remember this core, immutable truth: God is not denying you. He is redirecting you. He is not withholding His goodness from you. He is preparing a path for even greater blessings, a love story uniquely crafted for you by His hands. What appears to be rejection or disappointment in the present moment is often His profound, loving hand guiding you away from what is not part of His best plan and toward His perfect design. You may not fully comprehend all the reasons in this very moment, but God, who sees the full, glorious tapestry of your life, knows precisely what you need, and when you need it. His divine timing in love is absolutely perfect. His redirection is always purposeful, even when it feels uncomfortable, confusing, or outright painful. He is either preparing you for someone far better, shielding you from unseen harms, or diligently shaping your heart to love more deeply, more purely, and more fully when the right, blessed time arrives. The 7 signs we've explored: relationships ending without clear reasons, desired doors remaining closed, feeling unsettled with old choices, the appearance of unexpected delays, finding peace after letting go, feeling God block certain people, and noticing unignorable patterns, are not mere coincidences. They are clear, unmistakable signals that God is actively, lovingly, and relentlessly working behind the scenes of your love life. He is orchestrating, shifting, and preparing your path, not with an intention to hurt you, but with an overwhelming desire to bless you beyond measure. to lead you to a love that brings glory to His name and profound joy to your heart. Embrace these signs. Let them strengthen your trust in His flawless plan. Even when the wait feels long, even when the path seems unclear, anchor your soul in the unshakable truth of His perfect timing. Surrender your own timelines, your own desires for control, and place your heart entirely into His sovereign hands. For in His hands, every closed door is a loving redirection, every delay is a season of preparation, and every shift is a purposeful step toward the beautiful, divine love story He has always intended for you. Trust Him, wait on Him, and be assured His perfect love will unfold in His perfect time. Be blessed.